Dear student, in today's lecture we start chapter number 3, kinetic theory of gases and radiation. Let me start with the introduction which you already learned in the previous standard. You already have idea about the three common states of the matter. First one is solid, second liquid, and third one is gas. We also studied gas laws. The first gas law is Boyle's law. So which is volume of gas is inversely proportional to its pressure at constant temperature. Charles' law. Volume of gas is directly proportional to absolute temperature at constant pressure. Gay-Lussac's law. Pressure of gas is directly proportional to absolute temperature at constant volume. The ideal gas equation can be obtained from these three gas laws. The combination of these three gas laws into a single relation for fixed mass of gas yield ideal gas equation. So by this combining these three laws, we get PV proportional to T. For n mole of gas, we can write PV is equal to nRT. So where n is number of moles, so which can be written n upon Na. So R in this equation is universal gas constant whose value is shown 8.314 in SI. Here in this Na is the Avogadro number. So Avogadro number and N is number of molecules in 1 mole of gas. So here N is missing here, but you remember Avogadro number, N is number of molecules and A means number of molecules in 1 mole of gas. So here number of moles is given by formula number of molecules divided by Avogadro number. It gives us number of moles because Avogadro number is the number of molecules in 1 mole of gas. So we can write alternately the gas equation PV is equal to N K subscript B into T, where Kb is the Boltzmann constant. R and Kb are related by the following relation. R is equal to this Na into this Kb. Na means here we can write Na into this Kb. It is R. Ideal gas. The gas obeying this PV is equal to nRT at all pressure and temperature is ideal gas. Equation of state. For a gas, its state is specified by a number of physical quantities such as pressure, temperature, volume, internal energy. Hence, the equation of relating these quantities is known as equation of state. Now, next article is ideal gas and real gas. You can see here distinguish between these two. Ideal gas means the gas which obey the gas law under all conditions of temperature and pressure, means for the negative temperature also. Real gases means the which obey the gas law only at low pressure and high temperature. The volume occupied by molecules is negligible as compared to the total volume occupied by the gas in ideal gas. In real gases, the volume occupied by molecules is not negligible as compared to the total volume. Here in ideal gases, force of attraction among the molecules are negligible. So in real gases, the force of attraction are not negligible at all temperatures and pressure. Now next article is mean free path. So gas molecules are always in a state of random motion. It moving randomly. You can see here the diagram. So here it moves in a straight line. Then it collide on another molecule and then it changes its path. Then it moves toward this direction in a straight line. Again, it collide here and changes its path. So here between two collision, it travels straight line path. Okay? and that straight line path between these two collision is called as free path. So this is the first free path, this is second free path, third free path, fourth free path, fifth, sixth, seventh, and so on. So many free paths are there. Average of that free paths is mean free path. So average distance, mean free path means average distance traveled by molecule with a constant velocity between two successive collision is the mean free path. Mean free path is expected to vary inversely with density of gas. It inversely depends on the density. If the density is more, then the mean free path is less because it immediately collide on the next molecule. So you can see here the formula for the mean free path is given by this. Mean free path represented by lambda here is equal to 1 upon under root 2 pi d square in a bracket n by v. So here density is equal to n upon v, density of gas. You can see this is the density. D is the diameter of the molecule. Then after that, next term is root mean square speed. The root mean square speed is the measure of speed of particles in a gas, and it is defined as square root of. So you can see here this root means square root of mean of square of velocities of gas molecules. By the name you can write here square root of mean of square of velocities of gas molecules is called as root mean square velocity. So if velocity of gas molecule is v1, v2, v3, v4 dot 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 vn, then root mean square velocity can be represented by a formula under root v1 square plus v2 square plus dot 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 vn square divided by n. So this VRMS can be represented like this under root v square bar. Then the next article is pressure of ideal gas. This is a derivation. Let there be n molecules of an ideal gas enclosed in a cubical box as shown in figure. So this is a cubical box, inside that n number of ideal gas are enclosed. So whose length is L. Length of the box is L. Then area is L square. Volume is L cube. M is the mass of the gas molecule. N is number of gas molecules. Capital M, total mass is equal to number of molecules multiplied by mass of single molecule. So wall is parallel to, you can see the diagram here, the wall is parallel to YZ, parallel to YZ plane. During collision, the component Vx of the velocity will get reversed, keeping Vy and Vz component unaltered. We are considering this shaded portion of the wall. Okay. Now it is in the plane YZ, the plane Y and Z, this shaded portion. Then I consider this is a gas molecule. So it is moving towards this wall. Okay. And it is this gas molecule is moving toward the x-axis, along the x-axis. So it has only x component. So the y component and z component is unaltered, not changed. So whatever the y component it has, it is a remain same. Okay. When it collide, then it get reversed. It get reversed. Only this Vx component is reversed and Vy and Vz component unaltered. Hence, change in momentum of the particle, change in the momentum of gas molecule, gas particle is only in having a x component. So delta px is given by delta for change, p for momentum, x is it is a x component is changed, so x is written here. So delta px is equal to final momentum minus initial momentum. Momentum having a formula mass into velocity. Okay. So mass into the final velocity is the final momentum minus mass into the initial velocity is the initial momentum. Now you can see here final momentum. So here this molecule travel with this speed Vx, then it collide and travel with same speed in opposite direction because collision is elastic. So here, so when it reverses its direction, then the speed is minus Vx. So minus Vx is the final velocity. So minus m into Vx is the final momentum. This minus sign as it is, initial momentum is m into Vx. This minus minus means we have to add this minus 2m Vx is the change in momentum of particle. So this is the momentum of the gas molecule, change in momentum of gas molecule or the particle. So by using that, we know that this momentum is transferred to the wall. Momentum transferred to the wall during the collision. So momentum of the wall, we have to consider here. It is plus 2 mvx. Change in momentum of the wall is plus 2 mvx. Now here, distance, you know that velocity is distance by time. The formula of the velocity is distance by time. Now, so velocity is Vx and distance travel in one collision means gas molecule start from here, it moves to this shaded wall, the distance covered is L. Then again rebound and travel distance L. So total distance is L plus L to L. And I consider the time for this collision is delta t. So we get this formula for velocity. By using that, we can get a time for a collision, 2L by Vx. So average force exerted on the shaded wall by molecule 1 is given by the average force we have to find out by Newton's law, second law of motion. We can write average force is change in momentum upon time, means rate of change of momentum simply. So change in momentum, we know that it is 2 mvx divided by time is delta t. And this delta t having a formula 2L by Vx, that also we can substitute here. Then we get the force, average force exerted by the molecule on the wall, and it is mvx square by L. This is a force exerted by the molecule 1. So force exerted by molecule 1. Consider other molecules 2, 3, 4 with the respective x component of velocities. The components are Vx2, Vx3, Vx4, dot dot Vxn. The total average force on the wall. Total force we have to find out. Therefore, the force on the wall is F is equal to, you can see here the force acting on the first molecule plus force acting on second molecule plus dot 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 force acting on the nth molecule. So here M and L is common, so we have taken it out. So in a bracket, so Vx1 square plus Vx2 square plus dot 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 Vxn square. The average pressure. So you know that pressure is force per unit area. So force by L square. So average pressure is given, force is given by this formula that we substitute here, divided by L square. So this L square and this L we can write L cube. So L cube. Then mean square velocity is. So mean square velocity is given by this formula, Vx square is equal to Vx1 square plus Vx2 square plus dot 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 Vxn square divided by n. So by using that, we can write the formula of this Vx1 square plus Vx2 square plus dot 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 Vxn square is equal to n multiplied by Vx square. So that n into Vx square we can substitute instead of this bracket. Hence pressure is given by this formula, m by L cube into n Vx square. So here m, we rearrange the term and written here, and this L cube is the volume that we substitute here. Now here this Vx square is equal to Vx 1 square plus Vx2 square plus dot 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 Vxn square. As this Vx, Vy, Vz, they all are same. So we can write it here. V square bar, mean square velocity is equal to 3Vx square bar. Now let me substitute here. So Vx square bar is equal to 1 by 3 V square bar. So here we substitute in a formula of pressure, then we get the next formula. Pressure is equal to m into n divided by V. And instead of this Vx square, we substitute 1 by 3 V square bar. So pressure is equal to 1 by 3 m into n divided by V into V square bar. So m into n, we can write the total mass also. So we get pressure is equal to 1 by 3 m by V into V RMS square. So instead of this m by V, we can write density also. So density rho into this RMS velocity square. Now next article is root mean square velocity. We know that pressure is given by this formula 1 by 3 m into n divided by volume into this RMS velocity square. So RMS velocity square we can write by using this 3 PV by m into n. Using ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. We can write here instead of PV, nRT. So RMS velocity square is equal to 3 into this nRT divided by m into n. But m, small n, is the number of moles. It is n upon Na. So instead of small n, we are written n upon Na. Then it is V RMS square. So V RMS is under root of this. Now by cancelling this n, we can write here under root 3RT divided by m into Na. But this m into Na is molar mass of gas. M into Na. Na is the Avogadro number. M is the mass of single gas molecule. It gives us molar mass of gas. So we get formula for VRMS is equal to under root 3RT by M0. And this is expression for RMS speed. So by using this, we can conclude that here 3 is constant, R is constant, M0 is constant. This RMS speed directly depends on square root of absolute temperature. Also, we can know that speed of sound in gas is given by formula gamma P by rho. Okay. So here density we can write mass by volume. So volume is shifted up. So we can write gamma PV by M. So we get here formula PV is equal to RT by gas equation. So gamma RT by M. So where gamma is ratio of specific heat Cp and Cv. Interpretation of temperature in kinetic theory. We know that pressure is given by this formula 1 by 3 m by V into Vrms square. So this PV we can write 1 by 3 is nmv square. So this capital M we can write n into m. Now PV is equal to, we multiplied this right hand side by 2 and divide by 2. So 2 by 3 and here 2. 2 to get cancel again we get this term. So 2 by 3 n in a bracket 1 by 3 m v square bar. So this 1 by 3 m v square is the kinetic energy. Okay? So this is the kinetic energy. And multiplied by n is the total kinetic energy. This is the kinetic energy of one molecule and this is the number of molecules. So total kinetic energy is given by this formula. So we get a formula PV is equal to 2 by 3E. Okay, by using ideal gas, we can write PV is equal to N, PV is equal to RT. So instead of R, we are written N into Kb. And this T as it is equal to this 2 by 3E. So E we can write 3 by 2 N kbt. N into kbt, N into kb we can write R. So 3 by 2 RT also we can write for this kinetic energy. Now here, kinetic energy per molecule. So E by N. N is the number of molecules. E by N kinetic energy per molecules is given by formula 3 by 2 kbt. Okay, for single molecule, this is the kinetic energy. and the kinetic energy is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. Means kinetic energy of gas molecule depends on temperature. Now here N into Kb is R. So we can write this equation like this: kinetic energy is equal to 3 by 2 RT. Now next article is degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom means the coordinate or independent quantities required to describe the position and configuration of the system completely. Means number of coordinate required to specify the position is the degree of freedom. If 3 coordinate required, then 3 is the degree of freedom. Now let's see some examples. For monoatomic gas molecules, for example, helium, neon, argon, these are the monoatomic. Now this is a helium. Now helium can be a mode, helium having a 3 component of the velocity, Vx, Vy, Vz. So it required 3 component to describe its coordinate, describe its position. Means x coordinate, y coordinate, and z coordinate only. Okay, so monoatomic gas molecule having 3 degrees of freedom. Total number of degrees of freedom is 3, because it has a 3 translational motion toward along x-axis, y-axis, or along z-axis. Number of degrees of freedom is 3. 3 directions of translational motion where where contribute translational kinetic energy. Now next one is diatomic gas molecule. For example, H2O2 and 2, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. Now you can see here this is a hydrogen structure, H2. So 2 hydrogen molecules atoms are there. Now, so here they may move along x-axis. So this is a velocity component along x-axis, or along y-axis, so Vy, along z-axis. So it has 3 translational motion components, as well as this structure may rotate along y-axis like this, as well as it may rotate along z-axis. So it cannot rotate along x-axis because this is along the x-axis we drawn here. So it has 3 translational motion components along x, y, z, and 2 rotational motion components here to describe its position. So here total number of degrees of freedom is, translational degrees are 3 and rotational degrees are 2. So total 5 degrees of freedom for diatomic gas molecule. Polyatomic gas molecule, for example, H2O, CO2, NH3. These are the example of polyatomic gas molecule. Means atom more than 2. Okay, here 3 atoms are there. Now here a diagram is shown. H2O means H you can see, and this is a O. Now here it may move along x-axis, it having a translational component along x-axis, along y-axis you can see here, along z-axis also, as well as it can rotate about x-axis, y-axis, as well as z-axis. So 3 translational components along x, y, z, as well as 3 rotational component it has, you can see in a diagram. So total number of degrees of freedom for this polyatomic gas molecule is 3 translational, 3 rotational. Total 6 degrees of freedom is there. For linear polyatomic gas molecule, if it is a linear means what you can see here, the structure HOH, this is not in straight line. Linear means if the structure of any gas molecule which is polyatomic is in straight line, then in that case 7 degrees of freedom is there. Why 7? Because additional 1 vibrational degree of freedom is there. So 3 translational, 3 rotational, and 1 vibrational. So total 7 degrees of freedom is there. Now degrees of freedom for various molecules. You can see here monoatomic, diatomic, polyatomic gas molecules. So here for monoatomic 3 translational, 0 rotational, total 3 degrees of freedom. So average kinetic energy 3 by 2 kT. Okay. Now diatomic 3 translational, 2 rotational, total degrees of freedom is 5. So average kinetic energy is 5 by 2 kT. Is for single molecule. Polyatomic 3 translational, 3 rotational, total 6 degrees of freedom. So 6 by 2 kT or 3 kT is the average kinetic energy per molecule. And this we are written for a particular temperature of 300 Kelvin. Now next article is law of equipartition of energy. Let me learn the statement. So law of equipartition, the name suggests equipartition of energy, means it states that for dynamical system in thermal equilibrium, total energy of the system is equally divided among the degrees of freedom. Means whatever the total energy is there, it is divided equally among the all the degrees of freedom. And the energy associated with each degree of freedom per molecule is 1 by 2 kBT, where Kb is the Boltzmann constant. Here, subscript P is missing, but Kb is the Boltzmann constant. So we have seen the kinetic energy of single gas molecule is, so 1 by 2 m Vx square plus 1 by 2 m Vy square plus 1 by 2 m Vz square. Now kinetic energy, this is a kinetic energy. But average kinetic energy per molecule is 3 by 2 kBT if it has a 3 degrees of freedom. Hence, we are written it for the monoatomic, a single molecule, because it has a 3 degrees of freedom. So 3 by 2 kBT. Now 3 by 2 kBT is equal to 1 by 2 m Vx square plus 1 by 2 m Vy square plus 1 by 2 m Vz square. Therefore, you know that this kinetic energy along x, y and z direction is same. Okay? So we can write it is equal to 1 by 2 kBT. Thus, mean energy associated with every degree of freedom is 1 by 2 kBT. So associated with every degree of freedom, it is 1 by 2 kBT. Because this equation we can write 3 by 2 mVx square. So by using that, definitely we can say that it is 1 by 2 kBT.